What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the morning comic book chat. I hope you're all having a very good day today. A good day today. I'm your host Trinity. Thank you all so much for being here once again. And today, guys, I know that we normally do the morning movie chat here during the mornings on the morning live stream, but today I wanted to talk about some comic books. In case you didn't know already, new comic books are released every single Wednesday at your local comic book shop, and you should get out and support them if you have one near you. I can guarantee you that if they are anything like my local comic book shop, they have more than just comic books. They probably have they have like posters, action figures, different like trading cards, baseball cards, all kinds of different nerdy things there, to fill all of your nerdy needs. So make sure that if you have one near you, get out and support them. And if you don't have a local comic book shop near you, you can always get on digital services like Marvel Unlimited. I know DC has a service as well as Comixology, where you can go and read a lot of the comic books online that way. I know there are plenty of people who are not like me. Like, I'm not even a collector, but I like to have physical copies of comic books. I don't know, just something about having the actual comic book in my hands where I can touch it and feel it and just all of those good things that I like about having the actual physical book as opposed to its digital counterpart. But don't get me wrong, I read plenty of my books on digital because it is nice, because I can redeem that digital code and then I can just get on my iPad and read them there, and I don't have to smudge up the pages or anything, because some of these places, they don't use like the best stock when making their comic books. Some of them are really glossy. Some of them use enough, like on the blacks, they go like too black or whatever. Maybe it's cheap ink, or the paper, they put too much ink on it or whatnot, and the black will rub off. Like, I've had some where I literally barely even touched them, and they have my fingerprints on there. No, they're in white, not just from the oil on my skin or nothing. No, they're you touch it, and the ink comes off with it, and you get a fingerprint on there, right? It's crazy. It's crazy. So that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about some comic books, and we're going to get into maybe some theories and speculations regarding some of these comic books. Is it just me, or is this thing? What's going on here today? Sorry, it seems as if my computer's running a little bit slow today. I'm not sure what's going on. It's all good though. I mean, I guess the stream isn't breaking up, so I guess that's the most important thing. But there we go. Now it's doing it. So anyway, thank you everybody for being here. We got the Social Introvert TV. We got Nathan But Game here, Sir Nerdalot, Captain Pennsylvania, and Fanjecture says, I'm driving, but I'm here. Now, yes, guys, right off the top, I do want to let you guys know, in case you haven't subscribed to Fanjecture's channel, don't go subscribe. As a matter of fact, go unsubscribe, because they run some live shows over there that are NCAA tournament bracket style, where each movie battles to the death depending on what they're talking about. And you know what? There's been 2 shows now, the movies that I wanted to win were snubbed. And I think that show is rigged. You should go unsubscribe and not like that guy, because it's way out of line. Way out of line. Things should go the way I want them to, not the way that you vote, not the way that Adam over at Fanjecture wants you to vote. My way. My way, okay? My way. And the cable guy did not win yesterday. Can you believe that? What is going on here when just a regular junky movie like The Truman Show beats out a movie like Liar Liar? And how does Liar Liar beat out the cable guy? Do you realize that the cable guy is a psychological thriller? A psychological thriller! A psychological thriller. You know that the movie Liar Liar is just a stupid comedy you can shoot on an iPhone with a couple of actors in a matter of hours. You know that? It's absolutely ridiculous. I don't know how the cable guy got snubbed yesterday, and then not only that, then the one that it loses to gets snubbed by The Truman Show. The Truman Show, a movie that is basically an MTV reality show. I cannot believe the things that are going on here. I know, how many people in America would actually watch Liar Liar, let alone The Truman Show, over the cable guy? This is un-American. I don't know what's going on here. Did I do good enough there, guys? Did I do good? Let me know, because I was supposed to do that. Anyway, guys, yeah, yesterday on Fanjexter's show, we did have a it was a very good show over there. Like I said, guys, go check out his channel, go subscribe. Because the more fun the more people we have over there, the more fun it is. You get over there and you get to, what you do is you get to vote. They have like an NCAA tournament style bracket. There's like eight films, and he kind of seeds them all depending on whatever however he decides to judge them. And then he seeds them all, and then you get in there and you cast your vote, and it comes down. Like I said, it's a fight to the death, and may the best movie win. The best movie didn't win yesterday, as a matter of fact. I think it lost in the first round, but that's beside the point. It's still fun to go in there, toss in your 2 cents, and cast your vote. Always a good time. Make sure you guys go and check that out. So let's see. He said, Captain Pennsylvania says, stayed up late as fuck to read Wolverine. Finished, then I see a whole new comic. Oh, I know, right? It's great. 2 comics in one. Cap says, I heard you got screwed, bro. Yes. 1-2 Comic Talk, thank you so much for being here. Says, greetings, community. Kobe, for the love of movies, says, hey. A Dude of Reviews says, what's up? Nathan Big Game says, The Cable Guy is a classic. Nathan, we could have used you yesterday, man. But The Cable Guy, I think of all those movies that were there, like, if The Cable Guy would have come, if it would have, like, I think me and Tara, it came down, that was where we finally crossed swords there. Tara was all about Liar Liar. I was all about The Cable Guy. I really do, like, in both of these, this was actually a pretty fair battle. It was probably the best vote of all of them, because both of these movies are really good movies, between Liar Liar and The Cable Guy. But for me, like, seriously, like, The Cable Guy, it's not even just a comedy, and I was even saying that in the thing yesterday. It's really kind of a psychological thriller, if you think about it, about a guy who just don't know how to fit in with others. He's basically been raised by TV. Is really basically speaking, I guess you could say, about the millennial generation, if you think about it. What's funny is because that came out around the time that, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was ahead of its time, if you think about it. But it also talks about, like, some of the social ills of things like that. And also, this is actually, it really plays on a lot of things that happen nowadays in our, in the world. So, definitely some cool stuff, man. Definitely some cool stuff. Cable Guy is really good. And Liar Liar, don't get me wrong, it's just like an onion, too. It has layers. It does really have a lot of comedic layers, as well as some good resonant messages in it. But I'm telling you, like, guys, like The Cable Guy, seriously, if you haven't watched a lot of these movies, just like I was saying last night about Ace Ventura, go watch Ace Ventura and go watch The Cable Guy now. Like, go watch them, like, tonight if you can, or sometime this week. And I'm telling you, you will find, like, I used to think Ace Ventura was some stupid, silly movie, like maybe it was just some stoner comedy or anything when it came back out back in the day. But even watching it now, I still watch it, I'm like, this is actually a really good movie. Same with Liar Liar. But then, like, seriously, I watched The Cable Guy now, I'm like, holy moly, like, that movie is really, like, it's got a lot of layers in it, layered under the guise of a comedy. There's a lot of things that play in that movie. But anyway, Fanjixer says, your salty tears taste great. Yeah, I bet they do. Social Introvert TV says, The Cable Guy is effing genius low-key, but between the three, it's a hard decision to make. Love The Truman Show so much. Oh, yeah, absolutely. And that was the thing. It was a good... It was a very good show last night. It was fun. It's always fun to come do that show. That's why I think all of you guys should go over there and check out Fanjexter's channel to learn, learn more about those streams that he does on Wednesday nights. Fun stuff. It was a good rant. Thank you. 1-2 says, almost worked. All right. Me, Myself, and Irene. Yeah, you know what? Me, Myself, and Irene wasn't on there. It better be on the Farrelly Brothers list. Me, Myself, and Irene better be on that Farrelly Brothers list. Because honestly, Me, Myself, and Irene, that's another one of those movies that's got a lot of layers in it too, that's really mashed under the guise of a comedy. It's really got a lot of things in there as well. And really, that movie is woke. Me, Myself, and Irene is a woke movie. For the Love of Movie says he should do Scorsese films for Debate 8. Oh yeah, definitely. And Kobe, you should reach out to him. See if there's a chance where you ever ever a chance that you guys can get together to do that, because I think you'd be good on that show too, man. But yeah, definitely the Scorsese films would be great too. Just snubbed. James Bordeaux says, good morning from the Den of Nerds. Well, good morning to you. I hope you're having a good day. A Dude Review says, Cable Guy had a good soundtrack too. Yes, it did. Captain Pennsylvania says, my Wednesday night was boring after missing Debate 8. I hear you, man. Yes, we did miss you, says Fanjecture. We did miss you. Fanjextra says, thanks, Nathan, the cable guy. Yes. Or Nolan Films, as Tenet is getting ready to come out, says Kobe. Yes, definitely. I had to pick up my sister. I don't even like her anymore after I missed the show. Yeah, it was all good. It was a fun show, too. Me, Myself, and Irene isn't a 90s movie. Oh, isn't it? Isn't? Was that? It must have. That had to be like 2000, 2001 then. It had to. Yeah, it had to be around that time. Wow. Then. Okay. Yeah. Okay. The dude says, "Throw." Okay, guys. So, yeah, it was fun. Like I said, guys, go over there, check out Fanjextra's channel. Fanjextra, feel free to drop your link down here. Maybe I just need to make that part of all my morning movie chat streams. Even though today we're here talking comics, guys, and today we are going to talk about some comics. Now, I did drop my comic book pull list video here on the channel just this morning. Make sure you go and check it out. I did announce a giveaway in that video. I announced a giveaway for last week, and I announced the winner in the video this morning as well. I did one the week before that, and I announced a giveaway winner for that as well. So make sure, guys, if you go check out those comic book videos, pay attention. They premiere on Facebook, okay? They premiere on Facebook for my followers over there. And then also because my comic book shop is on Facebook, they don't have a YouTube channel, and they don't do like online sales or anything. But I figured I would start shooting since I usually do my pull list there at the shop, I would shoot there at the shop. I'd premiere on Facebook so I could have it there, and then they can cross promote it on their platform just for their viewers, you know, the people who follow them on Facebook and things like that. That's Bases Cards and Comics. It's in here in Lancaster, California. If you're ever in the area, you should go check them out. You should also go follow their Facebook or Instagram. Like I said, they do not do online sales or anything like that. That's not what they're about. They're about being a local comic book shop, serving the customers right here in the Antelope Valley. They're not trying to, you know, do all the online business stuff. Plus, they host card tournaments. It's a really cool place. But so that premiered over there yesterday on Thursday. But it did drop here on the channel maybe about 2 hours ago. So make sure that you go and check that out, because I did announce some giveaways that I'm going to be doing. But this week got a nice little stack of comic books here that we're gonna go ahead and talk about a little bit. One of the things that I want to talk about right off the top, guys, is I've talked a lot on this channel about Vault Comics. Vault Comics is a comic book publisher that I believe started back in like 2017. In 2017, it's a small family-owned company. It's a small family-owned business. They started publishing, like I said, back in, oh man, where's this other book at? Back in 2016, and they do a lot of basically creator-owned properties. You know, so the creators make them. You know, they go to them and pitch the thing, and they decide whether they're going to publish it or not. And they guys have been doing some really great books out there. And like recently, one of the ones I'm actually got partway through it so far is Heist, issue number 4. Guys, this book is really good. It's I was talking a little bit about this, I believe maybe yesterday I mentioned it. It's a lot like Guardians of the Galaxy meets Ocean's 11. And I got that analogy from Edwin, the comic book jabroni. You should go check out his channel. But that was a good one when he brought up the Ocean's 11 thing. This book is really good, guys. This guy is Glenn here on the cover. And doesn't that cover kind of look like, it almost reminds me of like Back to the Future, or maybe even, what was that other one? Was it Man on a Ledge, Man on an Edge, Man on the Moon? No, that Dwayne The Rock Johnson movie. No, there's a lot this kind of reminds me of, doesn't it? It almost kind of reminds me of Remo Williams too. You ever seen that movie Remo Williams? That's a good movie. I need to go buy that one and review that and do it and have a talk about that. Because if you guys haven't seen Remo Williams, The Adventure Begins, you're letting some of the best things in life pass you by. It's got Fred Ward in it. It's a great movie. Anyway, Heist or How to Steal a Planet is very good. This guy, he basically got out of prison, being in prison for like what, 15 years, something like that. I don't know, a handful of years. And I guess there's a big difference between 5 and 15. But he's getting out, and he gets out of prison, and he's basically trying to go out there and steal this planet back from this evil corporation, trying to steal this planet back and give it back to the people, basically. And that's really what this story is all about. and it's been very good. And then in this one, in issue number 4, it seems like we're getting a lot more of that heisty kind of stuff, like that like all the setup is done here. We've got the setup, we got introduced to our character, we got him, the next, I think issue number 2 and 3 were basically where he was going together, putting together the crew that he was going to need to go and pull off the heist. And here in issue number 4, we got where they're actually starting the heist to steal back this planet, essentially for the people. It's been a very good book so far, guys. Again, like, let me show you some of the art in here. I still got to do a review of this. Like I said, I haven't even finished it yet, but like, check out some of the art in there. The thing for me, one of the things I like about this kind of stuff is like the art here. You know, some people may not like the art. I think the art is really good, and it matches the story. That's what I want out of a good comic book, is the art to match the story. And it can be, sometimes it can be like gritty art where it doesn't look as polished, and if that matches the tone of the story, I'm okay with that. Some might say it's not good art or whatnot, but you know, a lot of times I think it matches, you know, because there's nothing like reading a comic book and you get into it and the art doesn't match the story. Like maybe it's like high glossy, kind of really cartoony looking art, and it seems like something that should be a little bit darker, you know what I mean? So yeah, that was on Vault Comics. The other one I picked up, guys, is Sera and the Royal Stars. This book, issue number 6, really great issue. This is the second story arc for Sera and the Royal Stars. I believe this, if it's not this month, it's next month. Sera and the Royal Stars, Volume 1 will be available on trade paperback. If you want something that's a medieval fantasy, it's a medieval fantasy tale where Sera is the main character. She is basically like the leader, like, you know, of their warriors. You know, she's like the leader of her land too. Like her father is the king, but I don't know, kind of one of those situations. But she's like the leader of the army. And what's going on is they're in a drought in Parsa, and the seasons haven't changed in a long time, because what's happened is there's these the stars, you know, all this, the royal stars out there, you know, basically the star constellations, they're kind of at war, and these two bad stars, the stars of Draco, have came and they enslaved a handful of these other stars, basically constellations on Earth, and they don't remember who they are. They put them under this spell, and basically they're weakened. And Sera had to go set them all free so the seasons could change, so her people wouldn't be living in famine, they wouldn't be dying, the seasons could change, everything would be all good again. And so she basically went and got them all free in the first story arc. And now it seems that the royal stars are still under some type of spell, and the seasons are still changing slowly. So they're still under the spell. So what we learn here in this issue is that they actually have to go out and kill the stars of Draco. And the stars of Draco, they're stars as well. They're gods also, basically. And the stars are finding like, man, we can't go, like, that's like against us. That's forbidden for us to go basically kill our own. And they're, you know, what it comes down to, the people they go to for advice on how to stop it are like, well, that's what it's coming down to. It's either you go kill them and do stuff against what your thoughts are, your morals, if you will, or the whole world dies. All of existence dies, essentially, with you with it. So that's what it is, and that's what's in this book. And guys, this book, I'm telling you, is another good one as well. The art in this book, I really do like the art in this book. You can see Sera there, and God, this one's like John Suey is the writer, Audrey Mock is the artist, Raul Angulo is the colorist, and the hard-working Jim Campbell is the letterer. But yeah, guys, check that out. I mean, it's got some really good art in it. I like the art in this book. You can see there, Sera, where she's going out there, she's trying to grow this plant and everything. And then here are the royal stars as they're out on their mission to try to find out why the seasons still aren't changing. They have to go out, and I can't really show you this next page because we get all these goddesses here. We get to see some boobies. We get some booby action. That's right, guys. These are what are they? The Seven Sisters? I'm not sure. I can't remember exactly what they're called here, but these Seven Sisters is who they're going to find out. And yeah, we got some booby action, guys. And so the royal stars go there to ask them for the advice, and very good stuff. But then here I'll show you some more of the art here that I can show you without, you know, getting struck or anything like that, getting in trouble. But yeah, guys, I like this book. Sera and the Royal Stars, very good. I like the paper they print this on. And the smell. It smells so good. I love the smell of a good Vault comic. Very good stuff. So make sure go check this one out. I like it. It's going to be available on trade paperback very soon. Really great stuff. Okay. Let's see what's everyone saying here. Saying Nathan Big Game says I gotta go so I can get some comics. All right, man. Take it easy, Nathan. How many issues you get a week now? Right now I think I'm probably right about the 10ish mark. Sometimes it goes a little bit over depending on the indies. I'll check that out. It sounds interesting. Yeah, Heist is actually pretty good. And then Sera and the Royal Stars are very good as well. Snowdub Music and Entertainment, thank you so much for being here. My friend Jolly, listening while in at work, like button slapped. You know what? And thanks for the reminder, Snowdub. Guys, don't forget, tomorrow during the Trailer Park Live, which goes live every single Friday night at 8 p.m. I'm going to have Kermit the Log and Jolly from Snowdub Music and Entertainment, and we're going to come together and we're going to talk about the Saska Sisters 2019 remake of a 1977 David Cronenberg classic, Rabid. This movie is a very great movie. It stars Laura Vandervoort, Benjamin Hollingsworth. Oh man, who's the guy who played Gunther? You know who I'm talking about. There's let's see. There's who else is there? Hanukkah Talbot. Man, it's just Ted Atherton and just some other people as well. Very great movie. You guys should go check it out before tomorrow's live stream. Let's see. Nathan Begame says, "Quit flicking your bean and flick that like button." Yes, definitely. Make sure you guys slap that like button if you are here. Oh man, are we really seriously dropping frames? If this crashes, make sure stay tuned because this will be going back live here in just a second. If it decides to drop out, and let me know, guys, down in the comments below if this is crashing too hard, because I can still pull this up. And if you guys want to talk about some comics, let me know. We can always bring you guys on the live show as well. Let's see. A Duda Review says, "Boobies? Where? They're in the comic book, Sera and the Royal Stars." Check it out, man. Check it out. You get to see some boobies. Some boobies. Captain Pennsylvania says, "Does Sera have a sword? It doesn't matter. I'll read it anyways." I'm curious though. Yes, she does have a sword. Sera, she's a badass. She is a badass. It's a very good story. Like I said, Sera and the Royal Stars is a good one. I like it. Definitely one of my favorites. I've done some other reviews here on the channel of it as well. I think I did issue 1 and 2 together. Then I did issue 3. I don't think I reviewed issue 4 and 5, other than I may have touched on them in some of the comic bulk reviews that I did. But yeah, Sera and the Royal Stars is really good. And guys, please let me know if this is breaking up too bad, because it looks like OBS is dropping frames again. Let me know if it's too bad. I can end this. I can bring it back on StreamYard. I won't even have to end it. I'll just start it on StreamYards and it'll work better. Let me know. Let me know how bad it's doing on your end, please. I mean, I gotta go to your video to win some. I'm still there. I'm still here, homie. Yes. Captain Pennsylvania says, "Oh, I wish I could be there for that. Love that damn movie." You can be, Cap, unless you're working, I guess. Maybe not then. Let's see. Yeah, man, what's going on here? Let me see what's going on here with OBS today. Video bitrate, everything looks like it should be good. Like I said, guys, let me know if the stream is looking okay for you guys. If it's breaking up at all, let me know down in the comments below. I can start this on StreamYards. I won't even have to end this session. You can stay right here and it'll come up. I almost wonder if I should just do that anyway. But let me know down in the comments below, guys, if it's skipping out for you, dropping frames, or what the deal is. Because like I said, on my end, it looks like it is. That looks like it is. It's jumping a bit on the video. Okay. Maybe we'll go ahead and I'll go ahead. I won't even have to end the session, guys. Like I said, just make sure stay right here, and I will. I'll get this up and running, and it won't be breaking up and things like that. It'll be looking all good. You should. Okay, it is choppy. Let's get here. And we'll get into more of this stuff here in just a second. Let's see here. Okay, we should be up and running. Let's see. If this changes on you guys, I apologize. Okay, here we go, guys. Give me just a second here. It's not the internet so much as it is OBS. OBS is just really bad about some stuff sometimes. AFK Bard donates $2 to Super Chat, says, "Good morning. You're a bit choppy." Okay, so let's go ahead and get this thing started. Let me know, guys, if this is getting ready to come through. This should be working. Let me know how it is going. How's it going? Do we got it? Is it up? Let's see here. Let's see. Should be coming through any second, guys. Like I said, let me know. We'll see. We'll see how this thing is going to be. Like I said, this thing can be testy sometimes. Is it up? Okay. Is it up? Okay. Is it there? Is it there? Okay. It looks like we should be good. It looks like we should be good. Let me know, guys. Okay, yeah, there we are. All right, yeah. We should be good to go now, guys. All right. Oh, dang it. I didn't mean to do that neither. Sorry, guys. Messing up a little bit. Messing up a little bit here. But yes, we should be good to go here for this here on StreamYards now. There we go. I think it's all good. Let me know, guys. Let me know. Thank you for hanging in there with me for just a minute. Let me see. We'll go here. And now the next thing I want to get into is some talk about it there. There we go. There we go. And let me see. Yes. Okay, guys. Thank you. There we go. Yeah. Looks like we're all good to go. But yeah, guys, also one thing I forgot to mention earlier this morning, if in case you guys would like, thank you so much, AFK Bard, for that $2 super chat. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is there are some links down in the description. If you'd like to, you can become a monthly Patreon supporter for as little as $1 a month. I do have some exclusive content over there for Patreon supporters. And you can also, if you don't want to become a monthly Patreon supporter, you can send in direct donations via Streamlabs in the link down in the description as well. And basically what that does is instead of sending super chats in, they take less money. You know, Google takes 30% of the money that you send in through super chats. But I greatly do appreciate super chats as well. But, you know, Streamlabs takes a lot less. There are links down in the description. Now, the other thing is, you know, if you don't have money, you know, send in, hey, man, I completely get that. That's okay. I do not mind that. I'm not sitting here going to beg you guys for money or anything like that. It's not about that. I'm here flapping my gums, having a good time, hanging out with you all in the first place. But if you do, you know, if you are here, please do me a favor. When an ad comes on, just make sure you watch the ad. If you don't have money to spend, hey, it's the way that you can basically pay me without having to pay me, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, watching the ads, it helps. And I do greatly appreciate if you do that. So, you know, guys, thank you. I do greatly appreciate that. And no, I totally did not just insert an ad there right after I did that, like an ad break. That's not what that was, I swear. Or, you know, if you don't like watching ads, you could become a YouTube, like, what is it they call it? Not YouTube Red now, or YouTube Premium or something like that. And you don't have to watch commercials. That's what I do. I subscribe to that because, for one, I don't like watching commercials, but also through the YouTube app, I can download shows that like people's streams and things on my phone and watch them on the go without my screen being on. Like I can have it playing in the background over my stereo while I'm driving. So that's kind of nice. Whereas if I don't have it, I've got to leave my phone turned on, and then I've got to have it actually streaming over Wi-Fi or, you know, just my regular cellular network. And that's not a plug for YouTube or anything. That's just, I'm just saying that's what I do because I hate watching commercials and I want to be able to stream and download those things. That's what I do a lot of times in the morning. I wake up and I download videos and I watch them while I'm out working. So anyway, guys, the next thing I want to talk about, aside from the fact that we had Vault Comics this week, guys, in case you haven't noticed, I have increased my my consumption of DC Comics. Right? Yeah, look. Yeah, I actually got a couple issues. I'm reading. This is the Deceased Unkillables issue number 1. This is the zombie variant of it. Apparently, this is only a 3-issue miniseries. Then I also got the Justice League issue number 41. I didn't realize this was a bi-monthly book, just like Amazing Spider-Man. So it comes out 2 a week. So or 2 a month. So I will probably only read this for about 10 issues. I only started reading this one because Robert Venditti is the writer on here. He's been writing Hawkman. He has done a really good job writing Hawkman, and I love this series of Hawkman. Comic Man Jake got me into that. You should go check out Comic Man Jake's channel. He does some very cool stuff over there. Tommy is here. Thank you so much for being here. Greatly appreciated. Nice to see you, my brother. Hope you're having a good day. Egads, that's for you. Oh yeah, no, it's cool, man. Like I appreciate that. I do appreciate that. Yeah, no, it's not about that. I appreciate all the dollars that you guys donate anyway. It's not about that. I'm just saying, I like to plug those, the I like to plug the Patreon in there and the super and the Streamlabs and all that stuff. Any way you guys want. That's perfectly okay because it all helps. It all helps. And I'm not sure, I wonder if anybody's looked into how if super chats actually helps out with your YouTube channel. Like if, there's some part of the algorithm out there where people are like, hey, people are donating money to this stream. Maybe we should make more impressions and all of that for this one and push this video a little more. I always kind of wondered that. You know what I mean? I don't know. YouTube's weird. YouTube is weird. Let's see. Tommy says, I don't think you have to watch the full ad to get credit for it. Do you, Trinity? Especially, say, a 5-minute ad? Honestly, I don't know. I think you do get paid. I think you get paid if they set through it longer. I do believe you do. I think you get paid more like if it's like a 2-minute ad. I think you do get paid more basically for that retention time through that ad. I do believe that. But I'm not too for sure. I'm not too for sure. Captain Pennsylvania says, I'm so far behind in DC. I'm on Batman number 26. I don't even know where they're at on Batman, but I know a lot of people weren't liking it there for a while. Hawkman is the shit. Yeah, Hawkman has been really good. I got caught up with last week's issue. Really good stuff. I do like the Hawkman series as well. So now the next thing I wanted to get into, guys, is for one, I want to talk about something I've talked about here. I was talking about here last week on the show as well. And, I kind of want to talk about the current state of Marvel Comics, right? How many of you guys out there read current comics? Not, and I'm talking about like the, like maybe out of the big 2, big 3, if you want to call them that. But like the current, not just like the independent creators out there, rather that's, by small indies like Vault Comics or Red 5, but like, like not like the, even like the Comicsgate stuff or the Indiegogos, not that. But how many of you guys read current comics as far as Marvel and DC? Because we know here over the last handful of years, all these publishers, they've had some issues. They have. There's no doubt about that. Now, some of that, I believe, revolves around a lot of different things. I believe that revolves around not only things like some of the things they've done with some of these legacy characters, because Marvel and DC have a lot of legacy characters that a lot of people really do care about. They have very strong feelings about these books. When you change legacy characters and things like that, instead of creating new characters, a lot of people have problems with that. And, I totally get it. And, some of the things I've been arguing here on the show is there's no need for that because we see that people create new characters, new storylines, new books every day. There's not a week goes by that there's not a new indie out there on the shelf, a new publisher coming out with a new comic book. So, there's really like, I wouldn't say no excuse for it, but there's really there really is no excuse for it to have to change legacy characters. Leave the legacy characters where they are. Create new books. And that's what some of the problems that DC and Marvel were having, where they were changing some of their characters, some of the storylines. A lot of people talk about personal politics, putting those things in the comic books as well. And hey, I totally understand that because, there are things, that are maybe slanted towards a political agenda, identity politics, and things like that in the comic books. That's people do that. These are an art form. Art forms are for people to express themselves. Now, I know a lot of us out there would argue that, maybe if you're going to do that, not to do that with the legacy characters. Leave the legacy characters alone. Create new characters. We were talking a little bit about that last week. And the other thing that And so a lot of these companies, like Marvel and DC, have done that. There are other comic book companies out there that have content out there geared towards certain audiences. I know a lot of the people out there, if you're looking at the political left, if you will, a lot of, people call the blue-haired weirdos out there. There are places out there that cater to those people that write those books. There are also other political books that are being made out there that are just puns. They're just, made to be satire, just funny books like that. And then there's also books where people go out, just write good, interesting stories and create new characters and introduce situations in which reflect some of modern society or even some of other people's plight, if you will, in their own original stories. And largely, I believe that has affected big companies like Marvel and DC. So now the thing that I want to talk about here is Marvel Comics. DC has apparently bounced back. I don't read enough DC, but I've heard enough people out there say that, even like Young Rippa 59, I've heard him say like DC is doing a better job of things like that. And they do have certain titles that seem to touch on more of those political aspects, putting those kind of messaging and things in some of the books. So, and that's cool, but have a specific book for that, a specific line for that, not just like all of a sudden Iceman's gay, right? Something that was unnecessary and didn't need to happen. And now it seems like that's really all they've been able to do with the character since is every single issue that we watch or that we get of like the Marauders, every single issue you get that reminder that Iceman's gay. And believe me, it's not about that, because I don't have any problems with gay people or anything like that. Hey, that's cool. That's fine with me. In my book, you do what you want. I'm not worried about other people's sexual orientation, what their sexual identity is, or anything like that. That is really a non-issue for me. If that's in a comic book, cool, write that in a comic book. But you don't have to change characters. But in Marauders, it seems like every issue we get this reminder that Iceman's gay. You know what I mean? It's like, like I said, I don't really, I don't think it's any big part of the story. It shouldn't be. I don't think it has to be there. But I'm also not like completely turned off by it, like throwing a fit about it either. But some of these things have affected a lot of these publishing companies in the books. AFK Bard sends in a $2 super chat. Thank you so much. Says, I need continuity in my stories. Yes, and actually that's something I'm getting ready to touch on here in just a minute. AFK Bard is the continuity, because I'm not sure how DC is doing, but Marvel has been doing a better job about bringing continuity into their stories. Now, I could go on all day long about their events and how their events are done all willy-nilly. You get like War of the Realms, you get like the 6-issue miniseries, and in between it all, you got all these different titles, all these different books that come out. Well, you get a couple of issues, and then you get all these tie-ins all of a sudden that start coming in at issue number 3 on the regular main story arc and everything. All these tie-in issues that tie back to, or even later in the series, like after issue 5 and 6 come out, you get all these issues that are coming back, and they're telling events that happened between issue 1 and 2 and issue 2 and 3. But like you're reading a story that takes place back here, but they're giving them to you clear over here, clear in the future instead of back here. Like they just don't have any kind of sensical order to them. But Marvel, aside from their events, they have been cleaning some of that up. And some of that I want to talk about here is by way of things like, and here's the thing, guys. Is that they have been picking up the continuity, because like a lot of the stuff that's been going on with like say Thor and the X-Men and things like that, from War of the Realms, and a lot of these different storylines that have been going on have been talked about in the other comic books and have kind of crossed over. Now, I will have to say, from what I've heard, because I haven't read it myself, but I've heard that the Avengers series seems to not pay attention to most of this. Apparently, in the Avengers series, Odin is still alive. He's not dead after the War of the Realms, and some other weird things that happen over there in that series, just from what I've heard. I haven't read it myself, but just from what I've heard, some other comic book reviews and things like that, I'm like, what are we talking about? Odin's dead. Odin's dead. How is he in Avengers? Where's Myrtle at when I need him? So the continuity in Marvel is getting better, because I've seen a lot of the things from a lot of these series tying into other series, and they're getting better at that. They are. They're also getting better at some of those personal politic kind of things being in the books. They have been getting better about it here over the past couple of years since I've been back into reading. Because I know at one point it was getting kind of low, and I was kind of like, oh man, like what's going on here? And then it's really picked back up. Their quality is coming back up, guys. Also, I think a lot of this is due to the fact that, we got digital media now, so print sales are going to be down, as there are a lot of people who like to read digital comic books. They will purchase them through digital as opposed to print. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you want to read comics, do it in whatever way that you need to, whatever way helps. Me, I like going to my local comic book shop because I like physical copies. And I like to support the local business, my local comic book shop. And my local comic book shop, they're freaking awesome. Now, getting back into some of that continuity and some of the issues with the DC and Marvel are things like this right here. The Amazing Mary Jane, right? This issue number 5, this just came out yesterday. And guys, I've got to tell you, The Amazing Mary Jane is a great series. I love this book. And I was talking, I think I may have even talked about it yesterday. She don't have any superpowers. She's not doing anything super spectacular. She's just amazing. She's Amazing Mary Jane. This book, actually, speaking of the continuity, this book spun out of Nick Spencer's Amazing Spider-Man, I believe in issue number 25 or 26. Mary Jane actually saved a theater full of people during a Galactus Broadway show. The guy, I can't remember what they called themselves. It wasn't the Savage Six. It wasn't the Sinister Six. It was, can't remember, but it was the group of female heroes. They were the female versions, like Trapster. We had Beetle, wasn't it Beetle? We had Electro, all the female versions of these ones, who some of them were the daughters, some of them were just other people who took on the mantles, that were attacking this Broadway show there, and they were trying to hurt a bunch of people. Spider-Man was busy with some other stuff, and Mary Jane, with just her acting skills, saved hundreds of people in that theater when a bomb was about to explode and go off. So she ended up getting this acting gig. She ends up going to LA for this movie. She got cast in this role. Her, acting career is back on a trajectory upwards, where, here in that Amazing Spider-Man issue, she was talking about how it had gone downhill, and the star of this Broadway show was actually, somebody who she at one point was challenging and competing for this role, and I think it was on a daytime drama. It may have been on something like General Hospital or something like that, but she ended up losing the role to that actress anyway. But she ended up getting this big role in this movie. Well, it turns out it's this movie that is being directed by Cage McKnight, and it's a biopic about Mysterio. And here in this book, the Savage Six keeps attacking the set, and she basically keeps saving all their asses, not by kicking anybody's butts, but at one point, there's just trouble in the production with them. The Savage Six, they keep kind of interrupting the process and things like that, damaging equipment, so it costs them more money. They've had to go out and get more money, more backers, more funders, all those different types of Hollywood things. And in this book, they're finally getting this movie wrapped up. They're going on to their last day of production, and of course, the Savage Six once again come in to spoil things, to kind of ruin this production, because they're mad because of how they're being represented in the film. Right? Funny stuff. Well, in this one, she actually kicks some of their asses. She actually gets in here and kicks some asses. And at first, it's kind of like, okay, great. She's going to be kicking all these super villains guys' asses. Like, come on, guys. Like, really? But really how it happens is it's really mostly by, something that anybody could do. And that's the element of surprise. She ends up socking a couple of fools up, and then she ends up getting socked up here by Vulture as well. So it's still somewhat realistic. As, obviously, it's just a little bit of, disbelief here, but not much for what's going on in this book. And I look forward to reading this book every month when it's getting ready to hit the shelves. I do. I seriously look forward to reading this every month. And that is where it comes in, that this is one of the few titles over at Marvel that's coming out every month I'm actually looking forward to reading. Amazing Spider-Man, over the last couple of issues, has gotten a lot better. Once they stopped doing in the tie-ins to all the different events and stuff they got going on, keep Spider-Man by himself. This one spun out of that. It's been doing really good. I've been reading Captain America. I've been reading Captain Marvel. I've been reading, what else has been on my regular pull list? I've been reading some of the Dawn of X books, Marauders, X-Men, X-Force. And what it comes down to, God, what else have I've been reading on Marvel Comics? The Amazing Spider-Man. Pretty much a lot of the Spider-Man books. I was reading Ghost Spider. Just reading all these different series, and I've also been pulling Black Cat. Now, Black Cat has been a very good series as well. I finally got caught up on it, and it's actually been tying some things together as well. It's been tying some things together as well in the even in the X-Men universe with Krakoa and the situations going on there. Now, right here in this Black Cat issue number 9 that released last week, I was 2 weeks ago, I believe. I was giving away a digital copy of this, and you gotta go watch the video to learn how to get entered into that giveaway. Actually, I announced the giveaway winner, but I did announce a giveaway this week. You got to go watch the video. But anyway, this book right here actually ties in to Krakoa and the X-Men. And in here, recently we got Wolverine issue number 1. Okay. And there's some things that go on there we're going to get into a little bit more here in just a minute. The thing is these books by these, and I was talking a little bit about this maybe yesterday and even the other day, is these books by Marvel. Marvel's been putting out these female characters, some of them seemingly with no powers. Gwen Stacy issue number 1 released last week. Like I said, Black Cat, she's got powers, kinda. I won't rule that she's like super powered or anything like that in any sort of way that helps her kick anybody's asses. But we're getting these female comic books that, like, once I got caught up with this, I'm like, man, why did I start sleeping on this one? But I kept pulling it. Marvel has been doing a better job writing these books. These books have been. This one's being written by Jed McKay. The art in here is not the best art. It's not for everybody. In this one, it's Chris Anka, color artist Brian Reber, letterer Ferran Delgado. That's been doing this. But for the most part, the art throughout this whole series has been pretty consistent in looking the same. And I don't believe this is the same artist that they started off with. But it's been pretty consistent in looking the same. The art here isn't the best, but it has a very unique look to it for this book. And I guess what I'm trying to say here is these female books with heroes with no powers, I actually look more forward to reading these than I do any of the other books. I've also been reading Swordmaster and Arrow, and those have been good as well. But those books to me read better as a trade paperback. I've been collecting, the single issues, but as a trade paperback, if you want to read Arrow or Swordmaster, go read the trades if you haven't picked up the floppies, because it will read a lot better in a trade, because it's more like a manga style anyway. But the thing is these books are the ones I actually look forward to, like the Captain Marvel, the Captain America, the Amazing Spider-Man. Some of these other books, I'm kind of like, I read them. All right, we'll wait for the next issue. And that's I guess that's kind of the current state of Marvel Comics right now, where we've got Black Cat that has a more interesting story going on that I actually look forward to. For me, this is just for me, to reading each and every month, as opposed to some of these other titles. Like I said, Amazing Spider-Man has gotten better. But some of the other things is, and what I want to talk about is continuity as well. Continuity has been coming in pretty good. Like recently, we got Wolverine issue number 1 this week, but in this Black Cat issue here, we get Logan there with Black Cat. Yeah. Logan meets Black Cat there in Madripoor. And he's there on Krakoan business. He's not there on personal business, and he's there with her at this party there in Madripoor. He's going there with her. She's going to go do some gambling. They're kind of mingling because they're there to get some information. Well, Logan is there for something else. And who is Logan there to meet? Logan is there to meet Cade Kilgore. Right? Yeah. Guys, if you're reading X-Men right now, been keeping up with X-Men, any of the Dawn of X titles, Wolverine, issue number 1 that just released this week. Guys, look, I haven't heard anybody really talking about this. Maybe people haven't been reading this title, but yeah, right here, we got Black Cat in Madripoor with Logan and Cade Kilgore. in case you guys haven't been keeping up with the Dawn of X and what's been going on in Madripoor with any of that, recently, Kate Pride was killed in Madripoor. She was basically that was done by Sebastian Shaw. She was killed by Sebastian Shaw, who is part of the Hellfire Trading Company. He is the Black King of the Hellfire Trading Company, and he's been in an arm wrestling match with Emma Frost, the White Queen, for that third seat, being of the Red King that he wants to install, or in this case, the Red Queen, which is Kate Pride. He killed Kate Pride. He revealed himself to her. And it came out that, something I'd been speculating, that he wanted all three of those seats on the Quiet Council of Krakoa, and he's making his power play to get them. So he went and he killed her. But here, in case you guys haven't been paying attention to what's been going on in Krakoa with the Hominis Berendi and the, what are they, the Hellfire, I can't remember what they're called, the Hellfire Club or whatever, the kids, Cade Kilgore and all the others. Yeah. What they did recently was they sent somebody, they sent their people in a recent issue, and they stabbed Pyro, and they went all inner space. So they've got somebody inside, and I can't remember who it is they've got inside of Pyro, that they basically got him in there, and they're like, right now, Pyro is basically a security camera for them. They can hear and see everything that Pyro does with his missions, with the Marauders, when he's going to Krakoa, when he's doing anything. They have all that information. And right here, basically what happens is, in this book, they go and they get these glasses for the Cade Kilgore. And that's what he wants back is, here, let me see if I have, let's see. Yeah, see, he's talking about these glasses that he has right here, and she goes and snatches them. She goes and snatches these glasses that he has, because you know what these glasses have on them? These glasses pretty much have everything on them. You know how he was monitoring, how he's monitoring things going on in Krakoa? He says, he's talking about right here to get them. He's talking about when Black Cat and Logan make their escape right here to go get them, because Black Cat snatched his glasses. And he says, those sunglasses are bleeding edge peripheral. They're the interface to all my corporate accounts. I want them. So Wolverine, Black Cat, get them. Now, what he said right there is huge. Is huge to what's been going on in Krakoa. They got these bleeding edge glasses from him. They're basically like what? Yes. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about. You watched Far From Home, right? Yeah. They're basically just like Edith. They're bleeding edge peripherals is what he's saying here. And they hold the keys to all his accounts. Right? So what's that mean? That means they have, his bank accounts, probably his internet accounts, probably even to his online streaming service that he's getting from Pyro. Black Cat just stole them along with Wolverine right here in this issue. So continuity is happening over at Marvel. They're getting better at it. They really are. The thing is like I said, their titles are what gets me, is because they're killing me. Where we get these books like with Mary Jane, Black Cat, Gwen Stacy. These books are actually good. They get me reading them and wanting to read them the next month. So there's a problem with that, is there not? Should I not actually be interested and wanting to read Amazing Spider-Man, The Immortal Hulk, which I've heard is good. I haven't read it, so I don't know. Shouldn't I be wanting to read Daredevil every month? And I've heard that one's good too. So I don't know. Maybe I need to go out there and read those. I should be wanting to read, like I said, Captain America, Captain Marvel, all these big marquee characters, Iron Man. I should be looking forward to reading these every month. But it's the Amazing Mary Jane. It's Black Cat. It's Gwen Stacy that have me wanting to read every month. You know what I mean? Even Hawkeye, it's been okay. I got to admit, issue number 2 of Hawkeye was good because Matthew Rosenberg writing Amazing Spider-Man, we need more of that. We need more of that. But that's the thing, is that's part of where the problem is in that I should be more interested. I should actually want to read more of the other titles and series they have coming out. You know what I mean? I should want to read Black Panther. I should want to read this Captain America. I should be looking forward to them more. They should be sinking their hooks into me and saying, like, damn it, you need to read this book next month. But they don't. Black Cat does that. Amazing Mary Jane does that. Gwen Stacy, a 5-issue miniseries, did that. And that's part of the problems going on here. It's part of the problems going on. And we'll get a little bit more into that here in just a minute. Let's see who else we got here in the chats, guys. Let's see. So yeah, but yeah, the continuity is getting better, AFK Bard. They are getting better with continuity. Let's see. AFK Bar says, I don't read any comics, but I love the company here. I am cartoons and the MCU through and through. Awesome. Awesome. And we're glad to have you here, AFK Bard. Last book I picked up was Absolute Carnage. No comic book shop near me, so gonna have to order them in. Absolutely, yeah. Do what you can to order them. And if not, like I said, you can always get the digital copies. Digital is okay if you don't have any other way to get them, you know. But I like physical copies myself. And plus the Marvel ones, they give you a digital copy with the physical copies. Cap says, I'm reading current comics. Don't touch my legacy characters. It's happening here and there. Yeah, it is happening here and there. Not a whole lot. I think most of the damage is already done. And Secret Empire actually changed a lot of those characters back to their regular selves too. Tommy says, they were doing that shit with my Transformers character Trinity. That's why I stopped reading IDW versions of them. Oh, I hear you. I hear you. Yeah. That and being broke. Oh, yeah, I get you. I love Bobby Drake. I hate that they throw it in down our throats. Hey, look at me. I was gonna say, it's like every issue. This week of Marauders, they didn't do that. I'm kind of glad, but yeah. If DC goes forward with their proposed Black Label DC Giant Series books, I could get down with that. Oh, you're talking about the bigger ones they've been doing. I've heard those are pretty good, you know. Like I said, I've heard that the quality at DC is just a little better right now. Like I said, I've only been reading 3 titles at this point. That's Hawkman, Deceased, and Justice League right now. But yeah, they've all been good, and you know, I can't complain. Avengers is doing their own thing. I'm hating it. Yeah, ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Loki can bring anybody back now with his Infinity Stone. Which like in the movies? In the movies, is that what you're talking about? I'm guessing, or are you talking about in the comic book? Because I haven't been keeping. I fell behind on that actual Loki series. Wu-Tang Wells Russell, my brother, says, stopping by to say hello. Have a great morning. Have a great morning to you as well, Russell. Hope you're having a good one. B Level Star Wars says, hey bro, sorry I've missed a ton of your streams. My day job picked up, so I haven't had as much time to watch, but I'm on break this week. Nice. Well, thank you for being here, B Level. Hope you're having a very good day as well. A Dude Review says, I prefer physical copies. I am right there with you. Wu-Tang Wells, Cap is saying, what's up? B-Level says, I know digital comics are cheaper, but it doesn't match that feel of the physical book. Actually, you know what? I know, like, if you purchase them from, like, Marvel.com or even, like, the DC app, they're still $3.99, the same as the physical copies. Captain Pennsylvania says, is Mary Jane worth a read? For me, I say absolutely 100% that it is. It's one of the ones I actually look forward to reading every single month. I prefer physical books as well. Yeah, physical I'm a physical media junkie though. I like physical copies. Am I the only person out here who really doesn't like Mary Jane? She always annoyed me. Gwen F the world. No, AFK Bard. I believe Wookiee Supremacy doesn't like Mary Jane as well. I don't see him here in the chat today, but I know he don't like Mary Jane as well. And I think he likes Gwen more as well. But yeah, I think a lot of people feel that way. Went back and checked out the Cosmic Ghost Rider. It's really cool. Yeah, I got the Cosmic Ghost Rider, the first series. It is really good. I liked it. Written by Donny Cates. The art in the past couple of years has left a lot to be desired. It looks like the artists are just tracing photos. And some of them, it definitely does look like that for sure. I am True Skills. Thank you so much for being here. Says, what's up? I'm going to try that Wolverine you reviewed. Yes, definitely. And I'm giving a copy of it away this week. I am True Skills. Go check out my comic book pull list. I'm giving away a copy. And I already dropped that here on the channel this morning. Oh, does Streamlabs not pop up on the stream when you donate? It doesn't. Well, through StreamYards, it does not. Through StreamYards, it does not. But let me check this. Let me check out the Streamlabs here. When it does, like what I was doing earlier through OBS, it does, because I have that all popped up through there. But yes, let's see. Here we got. And I doubt it's going to show up, but yes, Nathan But Game sends in. Let me see if I could. Ooh, I could probably share this. I could probably share this right here. There we go. I could probably share that right there, guys. Look at that. Here we go. Here, let's see if right. Should we do it that way? There we go. Look right there, guys. We got Nathan But Game sends in a $5 super chat, says, I'm broke, but keep up the good work. Proud of how far you've come. Thank you very much, Nathan But Game, guys. I greatly appreciate that, Nathan. I do. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, especially, and you don't have to break yourself to send me a super chat, man. But I do greatly appreciate that, brother. I do. And hopefully things get better for you. Hopefully, things turn on the up and up soon enough, man. You know what? It always comes around. It does. Things always come back around. Just stay positive and do the best that you can. If you're the way I always look at it is, if I'm out of a job, my job is going to get a job. Spend all that time a day. Spend that 8 hours a day looking for a job. Doing something, or at least improving yourself in order to find a job, or going to school, doing some research, things like that. Yeah, definitely. But hopefully things get better for you. I got to check out that Black Cat. Yeah, Black Cat has been pretty good. It's just been a fun read. Is really what it is. Yay, Edith represent. Those AI girls need more love. Friday 2. I love her voice. Yeah, I was gonna say, isn't the God who was? Oh no, I'm thinking of the voice of Spider-Man's suit. The voice of Spider-Man's suit is actually what's her name? Paul Bettany's wife. Yeah, you know who I'm talking about. Jennifer Connelly. Love Jennifer Connelly. Oh, and Karen, the best ladies ever. Yes. Because Karen is the one. Yeah, Karen is the one in Spider-Man's suit, and that's actually Jennifer Connelly. Let's see. Daredevil is great. Yeah, I've heard Daredevil was really good. Fanjextra says, at Second Street Marvel, let all your viewers know if they go to popcornflix.com that they can stream Rabid there for free before your shows. It's a legit site. It's not piracy. Okay, guys. Well, there you go. I was gonna say, Fanjextra, if you want, you can go ahead and you can drop the link in the chat, and I'll make sure you can drop it in there. And I'll make sure that I approve it. Me or one of the mods here can approve that on there. Let's see. Is Rabid a horror flick? Yes, it is, and it's a great one. It's a great one. But you can also find it on streaming. Like I said, like he said, you can go check that out on popcornflix.com, or you can even go to the web services like, I believe, like Apple TV, on Vudu, and all the different streaming services. It is available on there. But make sure you get the 2019 version, the Saska Sisters version, and also while you're there, hell, pick up the 1977 version as well, because I have both. I have the 1977 version and the remake as well. But yeah, it's a horror flick. It's great. It is a great movie. Let's see, Nathan But Game. It does, but he's on StreamYard right now. Yeah. I was gonna say I'm on StreamYard right now, but yeah, I went ahead and shared the screen and got that up there, man. Thank you. I do greatly appreciate that, Nathan. Seriously. Yeah. There we go. Right there it is. But okay, Fatal J, my brother, what is up? How you doing? Man, I've been watching those Snyder videos you've been doing, man. You've been doing good with those Snyder cut videos. I need to start. You know what, Fatal J, I'm gonna take your idea. I'm gonna start Snyder cutting myself, man. Good stuff, man. I've been enjoying your videos. Granted, I probably haven't got on there and commented because, like I was saying, if you caught the beginning of the show, what I usually do is I download all the videos and I watch them while I'm out driving on the playlist through the download list. And like I'm driving, so I forget to like and comment on all the videos and stuff like that. But yeah, man, been loving those videos, my brother. Doing a good job, dude. Doing a good job. And if you guys don't know, go check out Fatal J, man. He's a silly dude, man. He cracks me up, bro. Fatal J is a great guy. Let's see. Nathan But Game says, I had the extra few bucks turns. Boys support boys. Well, thank you very much, Nathan. I greatly appreciate that, man. I do. Captain Pennsylvania says, I only have a job to buy comics, so when I open my comic shop, I'll sell them to myself. Yes, that's what you do, man. That's what you do. I don't know how to drop links. It won't let me. I was gonna say, if you drop it, if you drop it in there, it should show up just as blocked, and then we just have to approve it, the moderators. So yeah, I mean, it should work. Oh, it looks like Cap got it in there. Yeah. Whiskey Stills and Tumbleweed says, what's up, Fatal? Yeah, Fatal's one of those great up and coming YouTubers like myself, man. We got monetized about the same time me and Fatal J did. So yeah, Yeah, definitely go check out his stuff, man. Fatal J cracks me up, dude. He's a funny dude, man. Funny dude. And he's part of the Dark Council. You guys should go check out the Dark Council over on Drunk 3PO's channel. They do that every Tuesday night. Always a good time, man. Seeing the guys get together. I used to be part of the panel, but I recently left, just a whole bunch of different things going on out there, but they're carrying on and they're still doing a great job, guys. It's so funny because like once it becomes part of your routine, you're there anyway every Tuesday anyway. So I'm sitting there, I'm finding myself still sitting there watching the show and everything. Always good stuff, man. Always good stuff, guys. Always good stuff. Yeah, links other than from mods will not be linked. Really, it won't even drop them in there so we can improve them. That's weird. That council show is hilarious, says Nathan Big Game. It is. And recently, I know a lot of the other ladies that come to the show. They've been doing a show. I think Mads Mama Bear has been doing it called the Queen's Council. I think they've been doing that on Thursdays, so that might be tonight. But yeah, it's always a good time, hanging out with all the people. Best night on YouTube. Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, Tuesdays nights. It's always fun over there, man. And you know what? I already missed doing the show. Mods can't okay links. We just get something says tried to drop a link. We don't even get to see the whole link. Okay, I was gonna say, because I know I have them dropped for the most part. All right. So I apologize about that. Because you know what it was at one point I had this troll coming in and he was dropping links like crazy. I'm like, dude, so I just blocked all links. So yeah, I apologize about that, guys. I'm trying to run a tight ship over here. But anyway, yeah, guys, and I haven't really got into a whole lot of the Wolverine talk. Maybe what I'll do is we'll talk a little bit more about that tonight. Maybe tonight I will do a live stream. We'll talk a little bit more about these Wolverine books because there's some interesting things that happen in this Wolverine book. And this one in particular, there's 2 stories in it. The first story was really good. And so was the second story. Now, there are people out there with varying opinions. I know I was watching John's Comics with Kids last night. They were doing a stream. John was on there along with White Whale Comics, and I can't remember his name. I can't remember the guy's name there at White Whale Comics, but they were over there. He was also there with Big Will, and they were talking about this new Wolverine book. And they said that they liked the issue, but they continued to sit there and talk trash about it the whole time. They do not like this book. John's Comic with Kids, White Whale Comics. I'm watching you guys. I know you guys are just comic book haters. You don't like the books that you're reading out there. And I've got to tell you, if you don't like the books, man, don't talk about them. Don't talk about them. I'm just kidding. But no, they actually went into and explained a lot of the reasons, some of the things that they didn't like with the Wolverine story and the Wolverine, this first issue, how it had 2 stories. And it seemed like all of them pretty much liked one story, but not the other. And some of those things. So it's like, that's one of the things I like about the comic book community is everybody comes together and shares their thoughts on them, shares their feelings, and everybody has varying levels of things that they didn't like and did and didn't like about the books. It was a very good discussion that they were getting into over there. And that's one thing I like about the comic book community over, say, like the movie reviewers, you know what I'm saying? Because when it comes to movies, it seems like a lot of the opinions when you watch the reviews, because a lot of the movie reviewers don't get together and do live streams together talking about these movies as much. And I challenge any of you movie reviewers out there, let's get together and do some more of those movie chats. Maybe if there's any of the movie reviewers out there that want to come on this show or the normal morning show during the morning movie chat and talk about some of the movies, let's do that. Let's have more live conversations about them, because I feel that when the comic book reviewers get together, the comic book community, we actually get in and talk about all those little things we didn't like about it, because it seems to me in the movies, it's a lot different. When somebody likes a movie, it's basically all the same opinions of why people like the certain movies and things. It's really weird. I don't know. But yeah, so movie reviewers, let's do some more collabs. Let's get out there. Kobe from Kobe Reviews Movies, let's get out there. Come on the channel, bro. Miles Z, if you're out there, let's get together. Adam from Fanjecture, let's get together and talk some movies. I mean, I know you don't do movie reviews and everything, but I do know that you like movies. Any of the other movie reviewers out there, Tommy, let's get together and talk about some movies. Because one of the things I like about the comic book community is the same thing I say about the movie is about movies, but we don't hear enough of those discussions going on between these people, is that I feel like when it comes to the comic book chats, people talk about a lot more stuff because we like this movie or this comic book, we like different things about it. I may like this about it that you didn't like about it. You liked something else, but eventually we all still end up having like the same opinion that we really liked it. You know what I mean? So that's one of the things I like about the different community streams out there when it comes to the comic book community, is because everybody has their varying degrees of opinions when it comes to these when it comes to these books, to these stories and things like that. So like I said, that's one of the things that I really greatly enjoy about the comic book community. And I think, more the movie community needs to come together more. Movie reviewer community to do some of those things, to talk about some of those films. And maybe maybe I need to facilitate more of that here on my channel. But anyway, guys, like I said, maybe tonight what we'll do is we'll talk a lot more about Wolverine issue number 1, because there's a lot of things I want to discuss. Maybe I'll reach out to some people, see if they want to come on the show and talk a little bit more about this show. And if you're watching this show right now and you're one of the comic book YouTubers, you're part of the comic book community, and you want to come on the show and talk about Wolverine tonight, let me know and we can get that done tonight. Maybe we'll keep it about an hour. We'll have a good time. It's guaranteed to be good. But anyway, guys, it's after 9 o'clock already. Gonna go ahead and get ready to go. Like I said, make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. Make sure that you come back. Make sure you go back and watch my comic book review or my comic book pull list that just dropped a couple hours ago. Go watch that video. I announced a giveaway I'm doing. I announced a giveaway winner from last week for some digital copies of some comics, and even the week before that. Go check out my review of issue number 1 of Wolverine. Go check out my reviews of issue number 7 and 8 of New Mutants and Marauders. Some very good stuff going on in the Dawn of X series this week. And pay attention for some more books getting ready to come out. There's another one that I've been wanting to drop this video. I've got it shot. I just got to get it edited up, and I wanted to make it look nice. But it's of a new series coming out on Impact Theory Comics. They're a company that's been around since last year, basically, or maybe the company itself has been around a couple of years ago, but last year they finally launched off with their first title. My favorite of last year, one of my favorites of last year, was Neon Future, and now they're getting ready to come out with their second title over on Impact Theory Comics, and that is going to be called Hexagon. Hexagon is a very good book being written by Michael Morisi, along with Don Diablo, who is a music DJ, and Tom Bilyeu. They all got together and came up with this story with Michael Morisi writing. It's a very good tale. It's kind of reminiscent of The Last Starfighter, but I can guarantee you, while it may play on some of those tropes and some of those things, what Impact Theory offers as a company and as a media company is something very different than we're getting from other people. Go watch Tom Bilyeu's channel here on Facebook. Go check out Impact Theory. Basically, what they want to do, their mission over there, is to free as many people from the Matrix as possible in mass, and they want to do that by empowering you to improve your life, because improving your life helps empower other people out there in the world. You make the world a better place the better that you are. The best version of yourself is how we make the best version of this world, and that's one of the things they're trying to do. So what the story that they're trying to tell over there in Hexagon, while it is very similar to The Last Starfighter, but it's about a kid who's a little bit more young in his adolescence, and comes at odds with his father, and he ends up beating this video game that he's basically forbidden to play. And it calls in a bigger, more intergalactic type of force. So look forward to that coming up on the channel. Also, make sure you're subscribed, because like I said, tomorrow night we're going to be reviewing and talking about the Saska Sisters Rabid. This is a 2019 remake of a 1977 David Cronenberg classic. So I hope you all make it for the show tonight that we will do talking about Wolverine. I hope you guys make it for the Trailer Park Live tomorrow, and I hope you make it all for the morning movie chat tomorrow at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. But that's all I have for today's comic book show. Like I said, we'll do another comic book stream later today. If you want to come on the show and discuss those, make sure you come back and talk about it. And Perry Comics, you dirty little man, I see you out there. I see you out there, Perry Comics. I see you. You dirty little, Perry Comics is out there lurking. You better go back and watch my comic book pull list that dropped this morning, buddy, because I talk about you in it. I'm watching you, man. I'm watching you, bro. I got my eyes on you're not a very nice guy, and I put you on blast in my comic book review, or in my comic book pull list, brother. So you should make sure that you go over there and check that out, Perry, and make sure you stick until the very end. When I go out there and I call you out, we're calling you into the ring, brother. We're calling you into question, and we're going to have it out, brother. So you need to make sure that you go and watch that video and issue some sort of retort, and I'm looking forward to it, brother. You have a good one, and we'll see you all then.